Hello guys, welcome to your own channel Chess Radio Kolkata. Now let's check the mic. Like, have you heard the sound correctly or not? This is the trial YouTube video. Like, we are testing the mic actually. Okay, so whenever you are clicking on the video, you are expecting that YouTuber should show you something. So that's the reason I am showing you some Busch gas gambit line here. I just need to flip the board actually, uh, like here. I just need to flip the board and let's see. Like here, after e4, we play e5, and if opponents play knight to f3, we are playing bishop to c5. Now, what we are doing, we are attacking the f2 pawn and we are gambiting the e5 pawn. So, most of all, we are expecting that opponent could capture the pawn. Whenever opponent captured the pawn, we played knight to c6, offering second time to capture our knight. And whenever they are capturing the knight, we are recapturing the pawn. Okay, so that's the position. Now here probably opponent can play d3, or opponent can develop the bishop. Okay, so for both these moves, we are replying with the knight to f6. Now opponent wants to striking on the center by playing e5, so knight goes to g4, and here knight and bishop both are attacking on the f2 square. Okay, so in order to save this position, opponent want to castle. Whenever it's castle, it's going to h4, and you can see it's the attack on the h2 square. So rated below 1200 can also play the move g3, then queen captures h2 is the simple checkmate. And the rated over 1200, they needs to play the move h3. Now we are happy to sacrifice the knight. Okay, and if king moves from here, we just simply capture the queen. So that is the exact reason. At this position, you can see maximum time they can move the queen, because they wants to attack on the f7 square with bishop and queen, but it's too late actually. Here we can capture knight capture h3, attacking on the queen, attacking on the king with the knight and bishop. Okay, so here probably they needs to move the king. Whenever king moves, we are striking back again, knight to f2, and attacking the double attack once again with queen and knight. And whenever the king moves, we just simply providing queen to h1, and that is the checkmate. Okay, so that is the exclusive opening repertoire for black against e4, and that is the most aggressive line you can see. Okay, okay. And now let's see another thing from the vice perspective. Like here at this position, you can say you mistakenly place the move h3, they are capturing your queen. Now your queen is lost. What you can do, there is a simple trick. Whenever your knight is on the e5, it is attack the f7 square and also guarding the d7 square, and your bishop on c4 doing a fantastic job to capture on the f7. So what the bishop can do, bishop just simply capture the f2, and it's a checkmate, because you can see the knight is protecting the bishop, so king is not able to capture the bishop. As this is the chess rule, that whenever a square is controlled by any of the pieces, then king is not allowed to come on that square. So that's a checkmate, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, so this is just a trial video, you can see. So I am end up my stream from here. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, and we will see you in the next time. Okay, okay, let's continue the video for one more minute. Let's play a match. Here I am playing a 10 minutes match. Okay, so let's just play a match actually. Let's see what happens. And by the way, happy Holi to everyone. Okay, enjoy your Holi with your friends, families, neighbors. Okay, so c5, that is the Sicilian defense. Now I play f4, and you can see they can striking back with the e5. That is the most aggressive reply, but they are choose to play the knight to c6 and controlling the d4 square again and again. Okay, so they play the move d6. I personally didn't like the d6 move from this position, because I can play the bishop move. Now I am threatening the bishop, and I'm happy to capture with my queen. Okay, now knight can come. No worries, I just move my queen back. Okay, so that is the position you can see from here. Like according to me, it's a really good position. Now I need to complete my castling. Okay, and here I am ready to striking on the e5. Actually, I need to open up more lines for leveraging my attack. Okay, so they play knight moves. Okay, so it's an attack, and I am about to open up the e file. So now here probably castle is the good move. Like they can castle and sacrifice the knight. So that is the most relevant for them, because after capturing the knight, I am talking about the f6 knight. After capturing the knight, they can capture with the g pawn, and that's a semi-open file, and it's a very good attacking position for black. But I don't know whether they what they can do from this position. But if they capture with the pawn, then I am recapturing with the pawn. Now my rook's line is open and also threatens to the knight. Okay, and whenever the knight moves, okay, so they don't go for that line, and straight away they can move the knight. So here it needs to capture the pawn actually. Okay, I just simply capture the pawn and they complete the castling. Okay, so here what I can do, I just simply capture another pawn. Okay, and let's see how they can reply. They capturing with the bishop. So now here I probably capture another pawn. Okay, that's a good position. Now I am ready to threaten the opponent. I am starting my attack from d3 actually. Okay, and here probably rook to e1 is also a good move, because we are threatening the knight and knight needs to move, and then we are striking back again. Okay, so here I just probably save my bishop actually, because this bishop is so much critical at this position. Okay, so they are threatening my bishop, so just give a check. Okay, just give a check. King moves, and now I am threatening the knight actually, because if they capture with the rook, then I just throw the d3 attacking the knight. Knight needs to move, and then I am ready to capturing the bishop, and I have a dominance over the seventh rank. Okay, so all in all the position is very good. Now I just need to avoid blunders, because last few games I have done lot of blunders. Like if you watch my last video, the same tagline, the same thumbnail you can see, on that video you can see that I have done lot of mistakes, and for those kind of mistakes I simply losing the matches. So that's not good for me. Okay, now here opponent is so much worried about his knight, because knight doesn't have any good square to move, and whenever the knight moves I just simply capture the bishop. Okay, so it's a 1700 rated opponent, 1708 you can see from here. But okay, so they used to capture the pawn. Okay, okay, all right, no issue, just play the d3, and now I am guaranteed to win a piece here. Okay, knight cannot move. If knight moves, then I will take the bishop. So all in all, it's a very good position, and they didn't provide me any discoveries. Okay, so they provide the knight move actually. Okay, here should I sacrifice my queen, but not right at the moment. First of all, I will capture the rook, and threatening check. Okay, so my queen is a little bit safe from here. Okay, now they moves the king. Okay, whenever they move the king, then I can simply save my queen actually. Okay, I need to save my queen. Okay, so that's a fork, but this is actually not a fork, because queen and bishops are aligned on the line. So first of all, they needs to capture the bishop, then they needs to provide the knight check, but my rook is there, so probably I can save. Okay, so they threatens with the knight, so they wants to capture the bishop which is in the corner and doing nothing. So first of all I will capture the pawn actually, and then if they capture the rook, I just simply move my bishop. Anyhow, if I manage to move my bishop, then it's simply I can win the game from here. Okay. Okay, so they capture, and now I will move my bishop. So it's a totally attacking position. You can see from here, opponent didn't able to do anything from here. It's a totally winning position. Okay, now just avoiding blunders, and for avoiding blunders I can do anything what I want. And here I just simply capture the knight first, then I should go for that, or I directly go for the rook threat. Everything is favorable for me actually. So let's see what they can do. Like capturing the knight is not attractive, but here capturing with the rook is more attractive. Okay, so here they move the knight, they wants to threaten my king, so I just simply captured with the pawn. And here probably they can, oh, okay, so there the rook is here to capture my d3. Not an issue, if you want to capture you can simply capture it back, no issue. And they are not able to move the rook because I can threaten the checkmate from here. Okay, so my opponent is getting losing a tempo actually. So let's see what they can do like from here. Okay, so they are saving the position with the rook. All right, not an issue for that. So I just what I can do, I just simply capture that rook. Okay, because it's on my bishop's path. Okay, now here I just simply provide a check with my queen, and checkmate is very soon. Okay, so they move the king from here. Now let's give okay, just give a check from this direction. Will it work? No, just give a check from this direction. Okay. So king needs to move, and whenever king moves, just to delivering queen. Yes, delivering queen is the checkmate. Okay, that is the checkmate. Okay guys, so some viewers are complaining me that I'm just playing random matches and didn't explain the moves, so I'm really apologize for that. Okay, let's evaluate the position. First of all, I need to provide you some theory like d4 d5 e4 e5. These are the four central squares. Okay, now I am dividing the board from here, like this is the opponent's territory. Okay, and rest of the board part is our territory, like this is our territory. Okay, so whenever you are playing with the white pieces, you need to develop your pieces within your territory and going for attack. Now you need to remember another thing, that is f2 pawn is the weakest pawn for white, as the king is protecting it, and f7 pawn is our target because the opponent's king is protecting them. Otherwise all of the other pawns you can see, those are protected by the pieces, so those are not the actual real threat, but attacking on the f7 is the real threat. Okay, now first of all we need to play e4, and if opponents plays e5, then according to the books, develop the knight first. Why develop the knight first? Because knight needs 3 moves to attack the f7 square, where bishop needs only 2 moves to attacking on the f7 square. That is the exact reason in the golden rules we was looking that develop the knight first before the bishop. But here we are simply changing our rules. Okay, I am explain it with my game. Like here e4 e5, and we are placing our bishop over here. Now if opponents foolishly play the bishop c5, now we are striking on the center with d4, and if a pawn captures, then simply we can capture the pawn. King captures, then we are providing a check from queen to h5. You can see that's a check, and also we are threatening the bishop. Okay, so whenever the king moves or protecting the king with the pawn, we just simply capture the bishop. Now what is the advantage of this position? Like we are losing one bishop, one pawn, and opponent also losing one bishop and one pawn. So what is the advantage? Like the advantage is that queen is out of his court, like the king is on the danger, king cannot castle, so it's a really easy target for us. Okay, so that is the main reason we are doing this kind of same things. Like here probably they can place like knight move, we can develop the knight. Okay, and at this position they can threatens our queen. Okay, so what you can do, either you move the queen to c4, or you can move the queen to d5 as well. So now just we just move the queen to d5. Now here you can see that opponent is placing the bishop. Now it's looking very attractive that bishop is protected by the king, but as a chess rule, you know that if some square, any square is protected by the opponent pieces, then king cannot come over here. So how you can punish over here? Like here we are immediately punished with the move knight to g5. What knight to g5 is doing? Like it's attacking the king and also attacking the bishop. Okay, so it's a check, and opponent wants to capture with the queen. Now if you capture with the bishop, then your queen is lost. Okay, so what you need to do here, don't capture with the bishop. This is a wrong move. Okay, don't capture with the bishop. Yes, simply you can capture with the queen and you remain a queen up. Okay, so opponent doesn't allow to capture with the queen. Now it's a time for some moves, like if king moves on the f8 or g7. Let's see, king moves to g7, then we are capturing the bishop with the knight, and for king and queen, same as for the f8 move as well. Okay, so king cannot go to these two particular squares. So what king can do, king can come forward, then we just simply capture with the queen. It's a check, king moves, we are providing another check, the queen is protected with the knight. Okay, so here probably king moves, we just simply providing knight over here on the e6, attacking the queen and also discovering attack from the bishop on c1. Okay, so that's a devastating position. Now here opponent block with the pawn. Now it's time to pause the video. Like here you can simply capture the queen, okay, and winning the game. But here is a thing, or here is a part of the chess rules which you need to understand, that whenever the king is stuck on the corner, then you need to engage more pieces over the king. Okay, so here you can see already our king, already our queen and knight is already protecting lot of the squares. Okay, so here how you can bring another piece, like here if you capture with the bishop, they probably needs to capture with the queen, that is also winning. Okay, but I'm showing you another way, that is the trick or the main thing which you need to learn from a teacher, that you need to engage lot of pieces. Like here the h4 is the correct move. Why h4 is the correct move? Because if somehow they wants to move their queen or something, whatever moves they want, they can do, and now you are capturing the pawn and delivering the checkmate. Okay, so you don't need to capture the queen and long enough the game, just simply capture the g5 pawn and delivering the checkmate. Now somebody is asking that pawn should capture. Yes, I think you are probably talking about this kind of moves, but here you need to remember that this is a pin. This is called the absolute pin. So in the absolute pin you cannot move the piece, like the absolute piece, in absolute pin you cannot move the pin piece. Okay, so here pawn captures is not possible. So against any move, like any move you can imagine, like the knight moves or queen moves, any moves, you just simply capture the pawn with h4, h capture g5, and that is delivering the checkmate, as because you can see there is no square is available for the king. Okay, so that is the delivering the checkmate. Okay. Let's analyze our game, the game which we won in the match. Okay, so this is my own style. I developed this own style with a combination of two games, like first of all the theory of the McDonald attack and the second theory of the Grand Prix attack. Okay, so with the combination of these both theories, I am developing this chess skill to attack the Sicilian. Now here, if you want to save the position, then e6 is the most relevant move. But here what my opponent do, opponent play d6. So whenever opponent play d6, I am able to develop my bishop and attacking on the f7 square. On the next move, you can go with the knight g5 and also attacking the f7 square. You can do that as well. But here my opponent just pin my knight. So, so that is the same thing. Here you can sacrifice the knight. Okay, not an issue. If they capture your queen, then no issue. We just simply capture with the bishop and delivering a checkmate. Okay, you can also do that as well. But the problem in this line is that after knight to knight to e5, first of all they can capture with the pawn. Now if you capture with the queen, that is also good. But if they capture with the knight, okay, then your position is very bad. Now here your queen is gone. Probably you can move the bishop back. They just simply capture with the bishop, capture with the queen, and they can simply move the knight. So here you are losing a piece. So that is not good. You can understand. Okay. So that is the exact reason here I play h3. Now bishop captures, queen captures, knight moves to d4, attacking the queen. I just save my c2 pawn. Queen moves, castle. Okay, now the theory says that you should move your queen to e1 and coming to h4. That is the theory. But what is the problem in this theoretical line? That here knight are attacking the c2 square. So if I move my queen to e1, then knight can probably forking my rook and queen. Okay, so that is the exact reason I just complete the castling, and after knight f6 I just striking in the center. Knight moves, they did not capture the pawn. So I just capture. Now here opponent has a chance to capture back with the knight and threaten my bishop. That should be a good move. But here they just complete their castle. So I am able to capture another pawn. Bishop moves. And now here probably I can place my rook over here and creating a devastating checkmate from here, or capturing the bishop at e7. But no, I don't want to play that. First of all I capture a pawn, then they are attacking with the rook. So I save my bishop, they again attack with the g6. I move my bishop to g4 and it's a tempo move. What is the tempo? I have created a course on the tournament preparation. So on that course I am explaining the tempo in very good manner, like in very brief I am discussing about tempo. So you can join my course as well. So here we are moving the bishop, and also this is a check. So whenever we are providing a check, abc rule you need to follow. So whenever you are providing the abc rule, you can see you must have to move the king. So here my opponent moved the king, and then I place the rook to e1 move. Now I am threatening the knight, and if knight moves I am threatening the bishop. Okay, so here what my opponent do? Opponent capture another pawn. That's not a good move. Here I play d3, attacking the rook and also attacking the knight. So simultaneously if you attack two pieces in one move, then it's very much difficult to defend both of the pieces. You need to lose a piece. Now here my opponent plays the knight move, but what he missed that after bishop captures f4 it's a check. So again it's a tempo winning move. So king moves, and now I move my queen. Although I can capture it with the knight as well. Okay, sorry, with the king. uh, uh, this is also is possible. Okay, but I didn't do that. I just move my queen because I have another plan to execute. Now here a knight, probably moving the knight and threatening my both of the rooks. So in the corner this a1 rook is doing nothing. So if somebody eliminate that, that's a not issue. Like I can simply explain it like a manner that you have a cricket bat, but from last few years you didn't play any cricket, so the bat is useless, same as the a1 rook. So that's the reason I just captured the bishop, and they are happy to capture my a1 rook. So probably they wants to win the match strategically. So here I probably place the bishop to f3. Now you can see my bishop is threatening, and my rook is threatening. Okay, so here if my opponent plays an aggressive move like rook captures pawn and trying to delivering a checkmate or devastating positions, here just simply I can capture the pawn, and probably they can provide the check from here. I just simply capture with the queen, and they are not able to recapture it back, because if they recapture, I just simply move my rook, and you can see that is the checkmate. Okay, so that's kind of threatening position I am created over there. So my opponent spotted, like here my opponent is spotted. So they place the move at knight to h3 and giving a check. So I just simply capture the knight, and then they move the rook. But they are moving the rook in a wrong place where my bishop is already protecting the square. So simply I just capturing with the bishop, king captures. And now if you remember few moves, previous few moves, I just move my queen to c1. Why? Because I want to come to the f4, and I want to attack the king. So that is the exact reason I move my queen. Now here I place my queen check. Now the queen is not able to protect it, because here simply rook check is the checkmate. As you can see, this is the absolute pin. Queen is absolute pin. So that's a mate in 2 actually from this position. So that's the reason king moves, and whenever king moves here, probably I can capture it with the bishop as well. Okay, I can also deliver the bishop check, and king moves, simply just a queen, providing the queen check is also the checkmate. Okay, but I do the same thing from another angle, that is bishop to g4 check, king moves, and providing the queen over here, that is the checkmate. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed my stream. So I am requesting you that my channel is not monetized, so please refer to your friends, families, your students, and everyone, so that just at least give 1,000 subscribers to my channel. It's only 132 subscribers, so just make it 1,000 subscribers, so that at least my channel was monetized, and I am uploading my courses and everything on my channel. So I need your support strongly. Okay, so I hope you can support me. Hope for the best. Okay, and I think you are like this stream. So bye for now, and see you very soon. Okay, bye bye. Okay, it's Bongo Boy signing out.